Hello again, welcome back to the channel. I'm Brian with Risner Cutlery, and today we've got some brand new Jackwolf knives to look at. This is the second release of the Vampire Jack. The first one was in 2022 about this time, and since we're getting into the Halloween season, it seems like a good time to drop a Vampire Jack. So sit back and relax for a few minutes. We're going to take a look at these great modern traditional slip joints. First up, we've got the Vampire Jack in Giga Titanium. These are coffin pattern slip joints, hence the name. This is the first time we've seen titanium on a Vampire Jack, and it looks really good. Giga Titanium has been pretty popular in the knife world the last year or so, and when you look at the detail on these, you can probably understand why. The machining is excellent. It's very smooth to the touch. There's no little sharp bits sticking out. This is bead blasted titanium. That's what gives it that sort of matte look. It feels very good in the hand. It's not slippery or anything like that. The first run of these last year had M390 blades, but that's been switched up for 2023, and now you're going to get a razor sharp hand finished S90V blade with a hollow grind. Okay, next up we've got the carbon fiber handle from Fat Carbon, this being the purple haze version. These have a good bit of color to them, though it depends on the handle because the way the carbon fiber is machined, it results in unique handle pieces. Some can have a bit more or a bit less color, but this is a pretty good example. The carbon's nice and smooth. There's no flaking or chipping on any of these. Each handle piece is very well fitted with the bolster. You can't see any gaps between them. It's all nice and flush, just the way you'd expect on a Jackwolf knife. They have excellent quality control across the board. I know Ben Belkin, the owner and designer of Jackwolf. He personally inspects these when they get to him from the factory, and we always give him a look over before sending it off to you as well. Purple is a good choice for these, considering how close we are to Halloween. It's just a spooky, cool looking knife. Moving along, this next Vampire Jack we have to show you is the Fat Carbon Dark Matter Red version. Just like the Purple Haze Vampire Jack, the carbon on these is excellent. It's got this nice darky, smoky color to it with a bit of red thrown in there as well. You might notice that this one's coated black, and that's not just black paint, that's a DLC coat applied to the bolster and blade. DLC is diamond-like carbon. It's essentially a very thin coating that protects from scratches and rust. Though considering most of this knife is stainless steel or titanium, you don't have to worry much about rust with these. DLC looks pretty great. If you're into the blacked out knife look, well, this is for you. The only downside of DLC is it loves collecting fingerprints, which isn't a problem unless you're trying to make a YouTube video showing it off. It's a great looking knife, and dark matter is usually pretty popular once they release. This next one is the DLC Smooth Titanium handle. We already saw the jigged version, but here's some more titanium to look at. Just like the Dark Matter one, this has the DLC coat applied across the whole knife, and this one's an integral bolster liner with the handle all being one piece, which is pretty cool. The screws here are also titanium, and they've got the DLC coat as well. The walk and talk on these Vampire Jacks is excellent. Jackwolf knives always have a very satisfying open and closing action. The half stop is nice and strong. There's enough pull that you have to be deliberate when you open it, but it's not so much that you can't just pinch and pull it open either. It's very consistent across the whole brand, not just the Vampire Jacks. Alright, here's the last one we have today. Once again, we've got Fat Carbon carbon fiber handles. This is the Nebula handle pattern. Some nice red, white, and blue coloration to brighten up your spooky season. Everything I said about the other carbon fiber handles still stands. Here you can see the polished titanium screws are perfectly flush with the handle. There's no cracking or chipping going on. Opening it up, here's the hollow ground belt finished S90V blade. I mentioned S90V replaced M390 on these. Both are excellent top shelf stainless steels, and I don't think there's a big enough difference between them to really compare and contrast. They both got excellent edge retention, not too difficult to sharpen up when you need to, but that hollow grind blade is going to keep it edge for a while. All in all, a great offering from Jackwolf Knives. These look really great. That's all of them. I hope you enjoyed watching. As usual, feel free to subscribe and see more knife content, and we'll see you soon with some new knives.